Hey friends, okay friends, hey friends, home sweet home, I'm back. I have got a very special holiday gift for you admins out there. There's a beta you want to opt yourself into that gives you the ability to require associations when a new record is created. So check this out. Here I am on the products update page. This is the beta you're interested in. Configure associations when record is created. Opt yourself into that beta and then look what happens. Just as an example, let's look at a deal. Let's say when a deal is created, you want to require it to have a contact and company associated with it, right? Right now when you create a deal, by default, contacts and companies appear here, right? But I could leave them blank if I wanted to. But if we edit this form, now that I'm opted into this beta, look, down here is so you can add and require properties. You're used to that, but look, associate with, you can choose which of these, even the custom objects, which ones appear in this form. And if you want to require them, you can make them required at creation. Hey friends, the process for connecting a personal email address to HubSpot just got streamlined a bit. Check this out. Here I am in my personal settings, email settings, gonna connect a personal email, and we'll go ahead and turn on inbox automation. Previously, you had to say, I want to connect to Outlook, I want to connect to Gmail, right? But if I just put my actual real email address in here, no spam please, look, we detect that your email is hosted by Google. We recommend connecting to Gmail. Connect to Gmail. And if you would rather actually we use Gmail, but we use Outlook on top of it or something, then you can still do that, but we're just trying to make it a little easier for you to get this job done. This is now live. Hey friends, I've been seeing a lot of you doing really clever things with emojis inside of HubSpot, so I wanted to talk about this a little bit, sort of as a mea culpa. When we came out with rich text properties, I was like, and now you can use emojis. And it turns out you don't need a rich text property for that. You can do that in literally any kind of property. So I've seen lots of cool things on LinkedIn and through the HubSpot top 5 submissions, and I just want to show you some of the things you can do. So let's hop right in. Here we are on the properties page, and I'm going to create a deal property. Hat tip to Chris over at BabbleQuest who gave me this idea. Stuart at Arrows is doing similar things with tickets. So we could call this just like deal health, right? And we'll put this in deal information, and we'll make it a drop down. Why not? And so we can have a couple different options here. And now here is maybe the most important thing I can teach you, not just about HubSpot, but about life in general. If you want to use emojis in some place, you don't have to copy and paste them from the internet or anywhere else. If you are on a Mac, just do Control-Command Spacebar, and your emoji thing pops up. If you're on Windows, it's even easier. Just Windows key, period. And this will pop up. And now we can do some color coding, right? So maybe we want some green things. And there are so many fun green emojis, but let's just keep it simple and do hearts. And now I will just copy paste that a couple times. And then maybe we'll do, again, Control Command Space or Windows key, period. Now we'll do some yellow hearts, right? And this is fine. Look, this is both the internal value and the label. And then we'll do a red broken heart, right? Oh, sad. This one is not doing well. And look, now we have this visually pleasing color-coded way of doing deal health. And now think about all the things you can do that with. Hey friends, you can now import sales activities, which is very exciting, and several cluey HubSpot users have beat me to the punch posting on LinkedIn here. But I'm gonna give you a pro tip about importing that I'm gonna bet none of you know. Check this out. So, here I am about to start an import, right? I'm gonna start an import, and you know this import flow where you have to click up here, and then click way down here, and click up here, and click. But look, I just clicked right here, and do you know what happens when I hit enter? That's what happens, and look how fast I can go. Whoa, zoom, I'm a faster importer than you. So that's sort of a secret. It only exists in importing. There's nowhere else enter as any sort of hotkey as far as I know. But that will save you some clicks and dragging around as you try to get to the ability to import sales activities. So if you have to do the multiple objects import, and then if you select, for example, contacts, you can say, yeah, we're pulling in emails and meetings and notes and calls and tasks and whatever else. Calls and tasks, it's worth noting, can be imported with a one object import, but these others have to be in a multi-object import. Man, friends, the campaigns tool has gotten so many updates in the last year or so. Seems like anything you could ever want to do with the campaigns tool, you can finally do, except for maybe export stuff. So how would you like to be able to export stuff? Now you can. Check it out. Here I am on the campaigns page. Simple as this. Just click on actions and export campaigns. And just like any other export, you can choose whether you're just seeing the stuff in the current view or all the stuff. choose what format a spreadsheet is going to be, and then you can export it. Hey friends, we now have campaign templates. So check this out. Here I am on the campaigns pages, and there's if you go to product updates, there's a beta you need to opt into for this. And once you've done that, the create campaign button, instead of just creating a campaign, gives you a drop down, and you can start from scratch like you always have, but now you have the ability to start from a template. And check this out, so cool, so fun. Couple of options here: generate leads or promote an online event. Well, let's say I'm running this admin hug thing. I want to promote an event. Okay, so we're gonna promote an online event. We'll just call that. You could rename it, obviously. You get clever, call it whatever your online event is called. But let's create this campaign, and now look what we get. Check this out. Whoa. These are all things I might want to add, right? And I mean, I can remove this. I can drag and drop them to different orders. But look, a form? Yeah, I kind of want to create a form. Look, whoa, we can select an existing form, or we can create a new form, or, same for landing pages, same for emails. Like, this is so easy. Like, even I could probably create a campaign right now, even though I've never done that in my life. Okay, friends, commenting mode. I've done a few videos over the last several months of commenting mode, expanding to new areas, and actually I've stopped keeping up with it. They're now on CMS pages and all kinds of different places. But one thing I've heard from you all is that it would be great if you could know when there were unread comments. And now you can know when there are unread comments. Check this out. So here I am on an email, and this email has an unread comment from someone else. You can see this little red dot here, meaning there are unread comments. You can also see this here. It's a comment on the subject line. So either way, we can click here and see it. I think we should change the subject, or you can click here and see it and reply. Now it is very easy to tell when there are unread comments, right? If I now leave comment mode and close this back up, the dot goes away. Hey friends, specifically my HubDB using friends, we've got another great new feature. You can now sort columns. So check it out. Here I am on a table I've created, and you can see which ones are sortable because they have this little up arrow, down arrow. And if we just click it, sorted. Or sorted the other way. Boom. Awesome. Hey friends, you can now see when a contact was added to a list. So check this out. Here I am on a list, and if we just edit our columns right here, there's this new advanced property, added to list date. And we'll add that here, and we'll just get rid of all these other ones so you can see it nice and prominently here. Look, we have all these people that have been added to this list, and you can see the date they actually got added to this list. This is a thing you could not really see before, and now you can tell how long they've been here, if they were a recent addition or not. Hey friends, there's a new public beta you should absolutely opt yourselves into that has to deal with testing how a record matches a list. So transparently, I've never tested whether records match lists, but historically, if you've done it, if you're not opted into this beta, it'll look something like this, where it'll tell you for each group, does the record match or does it not, but it doesn't give you any more granular information for that. Check out what the experience looks like now. Here I am in a list. This is a contact list, and you can go to test contact here. And if, for instance, I'm wondering, why is Katie here? She's my beloved wife, but she's not really in my ICP. Why should she be, her, not me, in this list? And we can check, and look, she matches this group. Contact matches at least one group, and we can see it's this list. But look, we are revealing contact phone number is known and showing the phone number there. And down here, we're saying for this group, contact doesn't match all requirements. She doesn't match this one, and she doesn't meet this one. And so you can see at a really granular level, specific things coming up here. Hey friends, another update for payments. For those of you in the US, you can now create discount codes. So check this out. Here I am. This is the product library. There's this new tab for discount codes. And creating a discount code, it takes very few steps. This is the code. This is just the internal name. You'll see where that appears in just a minute. You can do your currency amount or percentage, right? So we're going to give, 15% off for, fall fashion. I don't know how to spell fashion. Oh dear. And you can, this doesn't have to be all caps. You can literally put anything in here, but you want people to 2020, you want people to be able to remember this and copy paste it. And then there's this active inactive thing. So right, if you just want this to go for a little while, you can come in later and make it inactive, but we're going to save this. And now it appears here. You can see the name and it's active in this. And then if we go over to a payment link, which now has its own page, we'll edit this payment link. And if we go to the link details page, we can just turn on this. Yes, we're gonna activate any discount code. Right now we don't have anything more granular than that, but you turn it on, and what it looks like is on the checkout page, here by subtotal, they can add a discount code, and if they remember what it is, 2022 or whatever I said, then that'll get applied, and ta-da, now we're saving $352.50. Anyway, this is now live. Hey friends, another little update to payments. For those of you in the US, payments now appear as a timeline activity. So check this out. Here I am on a contact record, and on this right sidebar, you can see here's the payment. It happened a few days ago, and there it is. But look at the timeline. Now we have payment activity. We can see date and time, so you can see chronologically where it happened in terms of the other actions this person has been taking. Hey friends, got a cool new addition to how you view things on the deal board. So check it out. Here we are on a deal board, and down at the bottom, you can see the total for each of these columns. And what we are rolling out now is if you hover over this, you see it in the company currency, but you can also view in your preferred currency, which opens this new setting thing here. Check it out. So the board actions, we've been able to edit cards for a while, but now we have this edit boards thing. So edit cards is how you change the size and the look of the cards. Edit board right now just has this one thing. I haven't heard if anything else is coming, but I'm really excited for the potential for other things to come here. But look, if I want to see this in, I don't know, a different one, now I can see it here, and in my company currency, I hover to see that. So whatever, if you're working in multi-currencies, you can just change this to match your needs. It's been a minute, friends, since a feature came out of nowhere that totally just took my breath away, but it just happened. I had no idea this one was coming, and I'm so excited about it. So check this out. Here I am on my deal settings page, and I've just opted into a beta that adds this column here. So look, I'm looking at this pipeline here, and here are my deal stages, and you're used to seeing the name and the probability and the stages, but look, editing access. Editing access, what could that mean? What if I went to this contract sent one, and I changed it from users with access to deals to limited to super admins and saved it? That means once a deal moves into this contract sent stage, it can only be updated by a super admin. Okay, so here I am logged in as a user who is not a super admin. And let's just grab this deal here, and we're gonna move it into contract sent, right? That's the one we locked down. And if I just come into this deal now, look, whoa, suddenly things are grayed out, and I can't, what if I wanna, but your permissions don't allow you to access this record. Well, hold on, let's go back to the deal record. Let's take it out. I changed my mind. It's not contract sent. Hey, let me take it out. Hey, I want to drag it. This is a drag and drop board. Why can't I edit it? Hey friends, got a couple new updates to Playbooks, and the first one I'm so excited about because in some of my webinars and at Inbound, people have asked me, is it possible to have a playbook that pops up when a deal gets to a certain stage or something? Now we're getting much closer to that. Check this out. So here I am in my deal pipeline, and deal 3 here is in the presentation scheduled deal stage. And look, if I open it up, demo outline is recommended. It's up here at the top. It's got this little banner thing. This is the new setting that is available inside of a playbook. So if you go to Playbooks, look, we will do this for, how about this one? I'll show you how to set it up. Discovery call here. If we go to our settings, set when to recommend, right? And we can create a rule. Right now you can only do it based on deal stage, but you can say is any of, is none of, and you can choose the ones you're interested in, right? So let's say decision maker bought in is the stage we want this one to show up on. Now, if we go back to our deals and we hopefully have, yep, so this deal is in there, and look, discovery call is recommended. So that's super cool. That's fun. The other new thing is we now have an outline here, right? All your questions, or if you have headings, will show up here. So if your rep needs to jump to a specific part of the call, they can do that. This can be hidden if your reps don't want to play with it. But there's just this little outline here if you have a long playbook, this can help them navigate. I am so excited for this one, friends. Okay, so you know how in your deal stages, you can associate properties to them and make them visible or required, and they pop up when you move a deal into that stage. And if they're required, the sales rep cannot move it into that stage unless they fill in the properties, right? What's the easiest way to get around that? Well, every sales rep can figure out that if you just create a new deal and put it into that pipeline, those requirements are not maintained, right? Wrong! We now have a beta that lets you enforce it even when new deals are created. Check this out. So I'm opted into this beta, and look, I'm gonna create a new deal. And here are the things that are required when I create a deal. I need a name, here's the name, right? And I need the pipeline and the stage, and amount comes up, but it's not required, and deal owner is required. But look, what happens if we change appointment scheduled to say demo complete? What? it! Now date of demo is required, and date of second meeting is not required, but it's here, and top initiatives is required. This pops up because if I try to move a deal into this stage, those are the ones that pop up here. There's no additional setup required. It's always required whether you're creating a new deal or moving it into the state. Oh, this is a big one, friends. You can now create deals with line items using a workflow. Check it out. So here I am. This is a contact-based workflow. That doesn't really matter. We could set up some enrollment triggers for whatever thing, and then we're gonna create a record. And the record we're going to create is a deal record. And as usual, you can, assign the deal to people, change all the properties, do different things. But check out this new thing at the bottom. Add line item. And so here is basically your product library. And, this person, we're going to give them, like 3 shirts and some other thing. How about a cool product that's $1,000 a year? Cool. Done. This is now live. It's available. Check it out. Let me know what you think, and let me know if you have any questions.